And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
All right, now let's get deep. Let's get spicy. Nothing's perfect, including that Freedom 250.
There was one moment I do think Trump has to denounce, and anybody associated with it has to denounce, and that's that crazy fighter guy. I don't even have his name up here, but he won the fight. He took the microphone and he made a derogatory comment about Michelle Obama.
And no, I'm not laughing at him in the comment because we ain't got there yet. I'm laughing at derogatory. He like, I'm laughing too. How much money you got, Wiley? Yeah, I know how the game goes. But you can't use money in the locker room. It ain't funny. It's kind of funny to me. All right, so we about to get there. If you're sensitive, this is your time to take a pause.
To me, that on the White House lawn. Now, these are UFC guys, all right? They're crazy. They're idiots. You have Sean Strickland, who's one of the craziest people of all time, to the point you can't even pay attention to what he says snuck in. But when you have that on the White House lawn, on an event you put down, I don't care what you think about the Obamas or anything. That has to be an immediate denounce. Wrong, doesn't speak for me. I have no problem with the event. I guess you run that risk because these guys are lunatics.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, we got a lot of things conflicting right here. We got obviously some conversation about freedom of speech, but we also know that freedom of speech comes at a price. You can't say everything. You can't say anything. We know that, all right? People who are mature minds understand that. Beyond that, we also know that this is an event where, let's just say, the participants are not only allowed carte blanche to say what they want. Dana White does not restrict his fighters from saying anything, but he will come out and address some of the things that are controversial. Sometimes he would denounce it, etc. But now we're talking about the president. Now, the president, did you hear what he said? If you heard what he said, you have to denounce. Now, some people, that's where you're getting split. Some people said the president ain't there to sit there and denounce things on his lawn because of this event. Like, that's not his role. And some people say, yes, it is your role, because that was so extreme. We're going to talk through it. Let's hear it all out first.
But that was the only thing. If Trump should denounce it, he should say that was totally wrong. The event itself, listen, the troops seem to love it. All the people there seem to love it. I have no problem with it. I think you're crying over spilled milk if you are upset about the actual event. But that comment, if you're going to do it, own it and be like, that was wrong and should never happen.
Okay, so basically the discipline needs to come from the president in decorum that something was foul said on your property, said while you were in attendance, hey, you need to reprimand. Okay. Now we're talking about roles and how do we envision that role and the principles of the role and what we think that role has in character and leadership. And you didn't denounce it? Really? That's your obligation. That's what you're supposed to do.
UFC fighters that you talk to seem to have a lot of these notions. The UFC intelligentsia is run by Dana White, who is a close personal friend of President Trump and does his best to launder Trump's reputation. This entire event is sports washing. Having this event at the White House on Trump's birthday is sports washing.
Sports washing, meaning we're going to use sports as the candy. And what we're really trying to give you is some medicine you may not want to take, which is what he's going to say, probably the politics of it all, the alignment between Dana White and Donald Trump. So everything in this world, as that comment said earlier in our show, is just divisive, right? And divisive sounds like a polarizing term because it is, but I don't think it really reflects how we are. We just disagree. We just are different. We just don't think the same, thankfully. But then when you get off course, there is a pull to a mainstream. There is a pull to a PC culture. And there's also a pull of like you went too far left, too far right. So we're all trying to monitor this, but who is the one to monitor? Who are you to monitor, right? Think about it. Like none of us should speak for all of us. So when one of us says something that is off center, who are you to correct them? And then it's like, but who is he to say that? And then here we go, chasing our tail.
So the UFC is a cesspool to me of some of the worst, most divisive types of American thought. And it did not shock and surprise me to see something as disgusting as this said live on the Octagon as Joe Rogan smiles and introduces the fighter or says goodbye to the fighter.
Okay, so these controversies are happening more and more often where you are in the vicinity, as President Trump was, as Joe Rogan is, as Dana White is, of a fool, of ignorance. And then now, not only are they going to go and give consequences or at least try to reprimand, they're trying to, the individual who made the foolish comment, like Michelle Obama is a woman to me until y'all prove she's not. And frankly, I'm not very curious. I don't care. Like if she comes out and say, I was a man, which is insane to even say. It's insane to even propose. Insane to even question. But people are. Go ahead. Spend your energy that day. That way. I think you're wasting your time. Because it's either yes, she is, or yes, she's not. And let her answer it. Like how you've been doing all this research, you've been doing all these clues, you've been on X in deep, dark chambers looking for clues and answers, and you still don't have them? Maybe because there's a simpler answer. She's a woman. Or an even simpler answer. Let her answer it. Who spends time away from their kids and their life and their family to be like, I wonder if Michelle Obama's a man or a woman? Like, yeah. Anyway, but we're here. So that's not even the worst part that he said that, which right now is dumb, stupid, ignorant, crazy. But people are dumb, stupid, ignorant, and crazy. So don't act like that comes from nowhere. It comes from people. It reminds me of like when people always talk about how bad this world is. And some of the people that say that got kids in prison, got kids in jail. I'm like, the world's bad because bad people here. Don't act like the world is bad because it's just innately bad. This is the same planet that used to be so good. Whatever you want to say. The real issue to me is when you're around a fool, what are you supposed to do? I tell you right now, when I'm around fools and they do something and then they want to fight, I'm around fools, they want to argue. I'm around fools, growing up, they wanted to do some dirt. Guess where I was? Away from them fools. I wasn't there trying to correct a fool in a foolish moment. You know why? Because physical consequences. I've seen people try. Who hasn't seen somebody try to step in? Hey, don't do that. Leave her alone or leave him alone. Pat, 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 pat. So that's not this situation, but it is emotionally. Like I'm gonna step in your fire. Like think about it figuratively. Trump gonna attach himself to your comment? No, you're gonna attach Trump to his comment. I'm gonna jump in it. You know how they always say, stay out the way? So you don't get in their story. Now you a part of their story. Now you respond to what he said, but you didn't do it well enough. You didn't denounce. There's no way you're going to ever satisfy everybody. Oh, Trump denounced it, but he didn't denounce it hard enough, well enough, eloquent enough, concise enough. You didn't say anything at all. Well, I thought it was freedom of speech. Dana White lets his fighter say anything, and then he comes back and cleans it up. He didn't this time. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. They are this. It's just like we're all guilty of the same things. It's just when you're not guilty, you want to point at others. That's what it seems like to me. But I'm going to say it again. Dumb, ignorant, stupid, crazy happens because there are dumb, ignorant, stupid, crazy people out there. And you just heard a guy speak on it.
I wonder if Rogan would have been smiling as hard, and I said as much on Instagram, if that guy would have said Melania Trump is a prostitute or in the Epstein files or whatever, any of the things that are said about her. I wonder if he would have said that right there at the White House in front of everyone, if Rogan would have smiled it off and just like said the guy's name and sent him on his way. But this is the type of thought, this is the type of action, and this is the type of climate and culture that to me exists inside the UFC.
Okay, I do know that when you get the freedom to speak from the top down, like the UFC does, it comes with its consequences. Like in the NFL, it's a little more nip-tuck. NBA, not as nip-tuck, but still, you'll get fined for just talking about the refs. You know, the NFL, obviously, protect the shield, the integrity of the game, talk about the refs. You know you're going to get fined. Marshawn Lynch famously said, I'm just here so I don't get fined. You got to be present. UFC is a whole different animal. And I like that. Now, I don't like everything that comes out of what they say. I don't like every word, but I do like that not only do the fighters get up there and talk their talk, this excluded, but they talk their talk. But more so, I like that Dana White is a commissioner that actually is like, that. Yeah, buddy, that was stupid. Right? Like, we don't see Goodell, we don't see Adam Silver in that role. We always see them polishing things up, PCing things up. And we know sometimes that's BS. So you don't win either way. Sometimes they clean up stuff that is just too dirty, and you're like, come on, dog, just keep it real. And sometimes Dana White is so real, you're like, dog, can you clean it up a little bit? You're never perfect. You overdress for the event, you underdress for the event. It's never that. It's about you, okay? Simple as that.
Yeah, it's tacky, it's trash, and they only feel cool because they're surrounded by people who literally are like them.
That's not true. Damn it. Maybe, I don't know. If I lived in DC, I would have went. I would have went for this. If I could have got guaranteed to be in the 4,000 seat stadium instead of the 85,000 people standing around, I wouldn't have done the festival, but I would have done the seating. It's sick. It's like, how often is this gonna happen here? According to Dana White, never again. I'm going. I like to check those type of boxes. I like old school rap concerts, and I love me going to a spectacle. But if I were there, and I know there was someone like me there because I saw the crowd. The crowd looked different. They were black, white, orange, yellow, pink. Y'all caught the orange. It's every color there. So what do you mean like them? There are people there that don't like, you just like the sport. And in that unifying, like I'm different than him that's next to me. He crazy. You ever go to a sporting event, cats be yelling, losing their mind, taking their shirts off? We not the same. I'm never taking my shirt off. One, because my better days are behind me looking in terms of, yeah, better. But two, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep, dog. I'm here to see somebody get kicked in the face. I'm not here to express my politics. So I don't like when we make blanket statements like that. Continue.
And like I saw people doing interviews of people who were attending. I did not realize it was 4,000 people, but people who attended this event. And they were kind of like, oh, like this is sports. It brings us together. This isn't politics. And it's like, it's happening right in front of the White House on the lawn. You're literally here to celebrate President Trump and his birthday. We saw him do it last year. Again, it was boring. It was tacky. Even he was falling asleep when he did it with this parade. Now you've got this joke of a show with the UFC, which I repeat is trash.
Okay, UFC is not trash. Obviously, $7.7 billion just to a streaming service for a few years is not trash. Two, it's an amazing sport. It's past boxing up. Be real. And I love me some boxing. I still do. But UFC got it. They have a fight every weekend, every other weekend, and it's all sold out. Just go ahead. Just keep doing it. Boxing got to have 3 big mega ones a year, and even those, we got to watch Floyd and Pacquiao again. Like, man, keep up with this. It's like y'all are conflating how you feel about Dana White or how you feel about Trump or how you feel about certain fighters with the overall sport. That's like me saying I don't like the NFL because I didn't like Kaepernick. You stupid. You don't have to like Kaepernick. You can love Kaepernick. But the NFL was different. There's 1,800 other dudes, other Kaepernicks. Some of them ain't kneeling. Some of them are still kneeling. Some ain't standing. Some are standing. Come on, the conflation. This conflation situation is draining.
And as we just watched this Josh guy, he is too. And then you have them doing like motorcycle flips and some circus shit that some other stuff that Dana White owns. It's just such a joke.
Oh, we in, hey, honey, wake up. Did you see that sign? What did it say? Haterville. We in Haterville? No, we not. We are not in Haterville. I know we not mad that this man got a lot of stuff going on and he gonna broadcast it and showcase it at his event. If I spend $60 million to be in front of your house, trust me, it ain't just gonna be me that show up. I'm bringing everything I got. My kids are gonna eat in your kitchen. All my family gonna be eating on your lawn. We gonna turn this mother out for $60 million. What are we doing? What are we doing? We mad that this man brought every asset he owns for the broadcast of something he spent. He usually spends $4 million max. He spent $60 He ain't complaining. He mad. He like, whatever. It's worth it. But whatever. It's like you. It's Mother's Day. I got to buy what? Or the anniversary. I got to buy what? You like, it's another day. I celebrate you. I got love for you. And here we go. Here's your normal gift. Or no, it's our 25th anniversary. So we got to mortgage the house. We got to get a second loan on the house for this one gift. Yeah, that's what Dana White had to do. He could have 15 other UFC events for this one, but he did this one. He can't bring motorcycles.
And that this is supposed to be how we're celebrating 250 years of this country with this. This is supposed to be representative in 250 years. This is where we are. This is what's front facing the White House. And in the backdrop, you have this economy that's suffering, inflation up, gas prices. People don't have health care. People don't have clean drinking water. AI units or villages are being built next to people and destroying their personal health and their environment. Like, it's just, there's just so many things. That's at the front. This is what's in the back. That's what they care about. They don't care about how the rest of the country is suffering and continues to suffer when you're spending millions and millions of dollars for some tacky shit like this.
Blah, blah, blah. I feel her at the end, though. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I read how much money is being spent on things that I just see out there, there's no hate in me, though. But I'm like, damn, there's a lot of money in this world. And damn, there's a lot of money at the top. But I don't get there and say, I don't read that and be like, they should spend it on everybody else and stuff. I can't, because one, perfect is the enemy of good. I have not lived one day of my 51 years of life where everything was good. The economy was great for all. I haven't. I never lived through everyday world peace. Because when they said world peace, I was like, bring your ass down Rosecrans. This ain't world peace. They talking about world peace. I heard that last night. Ain't no world peace. So you got to understand where you are doesn't mean where everyone else is. So these messages get lost, right? Somebody just died right now. Somebody was just born right now. Me and our kids do that. Me and my itty bitties do that every day, it seems like. Right now, daddy. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. You just could. Someone was born. Someone just died. Flat line. Ooh. Every second of the day. I mean, we got to watch The Lion King together as a world. Circle of life. So it's never going to be perfect for everybody. So that means it's not good for some, good for others. There's not good parts of your day. There's not good parts of your life. I've been at the brokest level of this country. I've been there. You know, 4 people with a $20,000, we could have been brokered. We could have had no job, but a $20,000 job. 4 people. It still was good in my day. They gave us lunch tickets. People clown me, joke me out. Guess what? I got the extra bean burritos. I'm sitting there with the tater tots. How much did you have to spend? $1.25. Oh, they free for me. Because you broke. Oh, well, getting closer to you without spending money on this lunch. Jesus. I used to slang my lunch tickets. Sometimes I'm good. Got a coffee cake in the morning. I'm just trying to bring light to even when it's this darkest. Your eyes adjust. You ever go, this is an example. Oh, Lord, this is going to be, I felt this one before I even said it. You ever turn the lights off? You're like, damn, it's dark. Then you laying in the bed, give it a minute. Don't you start to see stuff? I'm feeling this. Okay, so you look around, all of a sudden you be like, oh, okay, I can see a little bit. This is inspiring for those who at the bottom. Dog, I know the lights seem off. The lights are off. Stay there. Look again. You can see some stuff. You can wait. You can make a way. People at the top, and this is going to sound crazy, but it's true. They got problems. They got issues too. More money, more problems. Yeah, that's just a song. No, it's real. I'm about to go this weekend and golf with one of my friends who has a B. I don't have a B. I don't have a billion plus multiples. He's a multi-billionaire. But we like to golf and hang and kick it and talk crazy and live life. And guess what? When it's time to talk about stuff that's not so perfect in our worlds, you would think he had nothing to say. He got a lot to say too. So all I want to give you is perspective. If you don't believe me, it's okay. You mad at me? It's okay, because you're really mad at yourself. But boy, that was a good event. Say what you want. That's almost saying like somebody you don't like. And this is how people act as adults, big ass kids. I don't like you. Then all of a sudden they show up in the fresh Sergio Tacchini suit like you ain't never seen. And you gonna be like, that's all right. That's all right. This is what happens. You ever ride in the car with somebody who's a hater? You can drive through a nice neighborhood, go through Bel Air. Fresh Prince is there. And they drive through and they be like, look at that house, too much. Too big. Who could live there? That's too many rooms and stuff. And look at these trees. Oh, who has trees that big? What they're really saying, and look, they are true. It's true. It's 2 people in that house and it's a 26 bedroom. A little much. I went to an event last week for the World Cup. It was like that. But respect to them. That's my family. But the house is gigantic. I'm like, it's only 2 of y'all. Oh, you got a little baby now, 3. It is a 30 bedroom home. But you ain't saying it for that. Like, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't get that. Oh, you wouldn't? You wouldn't? You sure? You sure you're actually not talking because you can't get that? So now you're like, that ain't nothing. Let's continue. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most, and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. Oh, that wasn't enough? Y'all want some more? Well, check out the link in my bio, Hydration Situation Live. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football. Football chooses you. It's so crazy people still stuck in Patrick Mahomes in the offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers? This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the birds.
Time to hydrate. Hydration situation. So